What's up, everyone? What is theme park IQ? Why is theme park IQ? Who is theme park IQ? Let's find out this week on Walt's Apartment Presents.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and you listen to a podcast that believes in dreams, that places trust in the magic of imagination. That is always the first star to the right, and where the light is always on. Join as we discuss reviews from Walt's Apartment.
Here we are. We're back for Walt's Apartment Presents. Another fun-filled before we get into this, just kind of explain your last week. You literally were you've been gone for like over a week, haven't you? Like just Disney, then some more cruising, and then more Disney.
So I was actually in Vegas for 4 days.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Vegas.
I came home, was home for 24 hours, and then left the next day for Disney and was at Disney for 3 days. And then did a day at the Queen Mary, and then left for a 4-day cruise, and then a day at Disney, and then I came home. And now I'm expected to adult and parent, and it's
Welcome back after your journey.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We have a awesome guest this week. I'm so excited for this, and this is one of those guests that everyone knows. You know what I mean? It's like you see stuff posted, news is going to break, and Theme Park IQ posted that. So, I mean, the prices went up. The Theme Park IQ posted that. This is going to happen. The Theme Park IQ posted that. We got to do this. I mean, I don't know. I'm very excited for this. I actually met Chris, Mr. Theme Park IQ, on Tuesday night in person.
We did, yeah.
Which was very, very cool. It's like, that's you, and like it's just very cool. So it's my honor to introduce Chris from themeparkiq.com. I would assume that's your website as well, right, Chris?
Yes.
Welcome in, man. So good to have you. So excited. I was looking through your site. Your site is absolutely amazing. It has every single thing. Now I understand, like I'm watching like all these people that do shows and do videos and Fresh Baked. Well, according to Theme Park IQ, they say this. And then, Mondo and Danny, well, Theme Park IQ posted this. And I'm like, okay, cool. This is cool. And then I messaged you a while back saying, hey, let's get together. You're like, yeah, okay, let's do it. And I don't know, blah, blah. We finally figured it out. I'm so excited. Amber says, I know him. And I'm like, well, shit, let's go.
I'm going to ask Chris. Let's do it.
Let's just go.
You can't say no. You can't say no to me.
It's just awesome. And I'm so happy to have you here. I don't know if you
excited to be here.
So what we're going to do is I have some questions here that Amber came up with that kind of are just starting points to kick off some conversation. But let me get down at the bottom of the screen here. And I keep getting my reminder on my phone that says I have an interview at 6:00. So I want to get into, you're obviously a huge, and Amber, jump in, please, whenever, because you told me to do the questions. So just jump in whenever you have something. So you're obviously a huge Disney fan. If you take the time to do this, and we ask kind of all of our guests this, when did you become a Disney fan, and what is your history like? What made you fall in love with Disney? Why is it so important to you?
Yeah. So I grew up in the 90s, and the 90s era of television was all Disney Channel, Disney original movies, Nickelodeon, and also growing up in Southern California, I've always lived nearby Disneyland. So it was kind of just a natural progression from television to theme park. And, I loved, I was so excited when they first announced like Disney Channel night years ago. I was like Lizzie McGuire, I want to see like Xenon and all those Tailspin and all those great shows I grew up with. I want to meet the characters. And and then with Disneyland just down the street, my parents took me a lot as a kid in the late 90s, and they bought at the time, I think they were called premium passes, and they bought $99 with no blackout dates.
I remember those
Great
days.
times to be alive. great times to be alive. And I think we really maximized the value of those. We went like every week for a good couple months, and I got tired of it after a little while, but because like my parents are very creatures of habit. We go on the same rides, we eat the same food. They're not very exploratory people. So for me, it just got tiring. And then, growing up, finally being able to explore, do everything how I want to do it. Like, I'll be honest, I went to Disney for years and had never seen a parade, had never watched a show because my parents, they're about like food, like eating the same food and just going on rides. We would hit all the rides and then we'd eat some food and go home. That was kind of our day. We'd be out of the park by 2:00.
Oh, wow.
And so growing up, now experiencing Fantasmic, experiencing Mickey and the Magical Map, all these great shows that Disney came out with, and the main parades, Main Street
parade. Oh, that's one of the best, honestly.
The music, it's a bop. Love it. So yeah, I mean, it just kind of got me to here.
That's awesome.
It's so funny you talked about getting sick of Disney, because I had mentioned to Sean, also growing up near Disneyland, I had the same experience. I think it's like just something that we go through, growing pains as local Disney people. How old were you when you finally came back to it? Because I had like a good, I would say 10-year period where I really didn't go to Disney.
Well, I think it's not really so much that there was a gap. It was, my parents wouldn't take me because I didn't really want to go, or they didn't want to go. So I think while I wasn't in the parks at home, I was kind of living the parks. I loved listening to the ride soundtracks, loved, just exploring and learning about the rides and attractions and how they work. I've always had that kind of engineer mindset of trying to figure out, how does that ride work? What's the blueprint? Like when I'm going left and right, like where's the maintenance bay? What does that button do if I push that button? And I've always just wondered how all that works. So even when I wasn't at the park and doing the things that I was doing with my parents, I was always thinking outside the box of what else is happening at the park. And I want to know about everything. So it's hard to say that there was a gap. I can't remember that far back, but I think there was like, take like a year off or 2 years off and then come back go a few more times. And, growing up, then we just started going all the time. I mean, we go probably twice, maybe once a week or twice a week sometimes.
It's funny you mentioned, like, you sit there and you wonder how things work. And I was, last time I was there, I was like, I don't remember where I was looking at. It's so simple. You look down, like we were looking over, and the girl literally just pushes one button. They lock it in and they push one button. I'm like, this is the same stuff from like the 60s, and like nothing's changed. I'm like, so were people just way smarter in the 60s to create something that's literally 70 years old now? That I could push a green button or a red button. The green button, it was Space Mountain. I was watching them, get on people on Space Mountain. They push a button, they lock it in. They push another button, they go. And I'm like, that's freaking wild how it's just so. So I had that same kind of mind. So that's funny that you said that. Just like how'd they do that?
It kind of has to be, right, because if you put too many controls in front of somebody, they're going to start getting confused. They're going to hit the wrong button. And it's not to say that the cast members are going to have those problems, but the easier you make it, the safer it is. And you let a lot of the automation behind the scenes take effect and handle with all the sensors and yeah. So the easier you make it for the cast, the easier it is and safer it is for everybody.
That's fair. That's a good point. Didn't even think about it that way, about just making it easy. But okay, so you do this site, you do this Instagram account, Theme Park IQ. Why did you decide to start Theme Park IQ? And tell everyone, if they're like living under a rock and then don't understand what you do, but explain to them like what your page is. Everyone listening to this better understand what he does, because everyone uses your content. But what made you say, hey, I'm going to do this?
Yeah. So I'll flash back to maybe pre-COVID, and my wife and I love going to Disneyland. We got married at Disneyland a long time ago. So love it a lot. And we are avid goers of Carthay Circle Lounge. We love going in there, having a drink. It's a nice way to cool off. The drinks are actually very good there. So we love going in there. And post-COVID, well, let me say pre-COVID, you used to just be able to walk up, stand in a small line and walk right in, grab a drink, head out. After COVID, wait lists and app wait lists started becoming a thing, and dining reservations started happening for the lounge. And then all of a sudden, kind of that door for being able to just go in and grab a drink kind of closed in front of us. And so for us, we were kind of like, okay, well, I guess that's just one less thing we can't do anymore. And so I know there are other services that were able to do things like send you alerts when a dining reservation becomes available. And there's other alerting services that do that kind of thing. But I didn't like that kind of black box aspect of it. And I kind of wanted to just have my own thing. And so I originally started Theme Park IQ as kind of like theme park intelligence. It was the ability to like know more about the parks and have more data about what's going on when there's new food items, when there's dining reservations available, park reservations, and a slew of other things. But it really started there. It started with, I can't get in there to have a drink anymore, so I'm going to build something so I can make sure I'm always able to get in there. And it really just started with that. I didn't really picture the social media thing being a thing. I didn't want to compete with any creators out there who are doing their own thing, who are pushing amazing content, filming videos. If you ever notice, you look at my page, there's almost zero videos because I don't like to film videos. It takes a lot of time and I'm not very good at it. But I can make a picture and I can tell you about something new and interesting that happened. So that was the first part of it, was the Carthay Circle thing. That was part A. Part B. So
you were thirsty. You were thirsty. So you wanted to figure out when you can go and drink. Totally makes sense. That's what
we wanted a drink.
That's the first part of it. And then the other part of it was that so once I started figuring out the whole dining reservation thing, I started figuring out like we love going to storytellers at Grand Californian. We love the buffet. We love the character dining. Food's pretty good. It's way better than Goofy's Kitchen, by the way. We hate that place.
Man.
I could live on that bread pudding alone.
The food at Storyteller is just so good. The characters are great. Goofy's has great characters, a lot more food options for the kids, but I think for adults, Storytellers is the way to go. So part B of this whole thing was that I was trying to make a reservation to go to Storytellers, and I was within that 60-day period, and I was not getting any alerts. I didn't really understand, like I was 45 days away from where I wanted or when I wanted to go eat there, and I couldn't get a reservation. The site wasn't showing anything available. Didn't really say anything. And I was wondering, like, why can't I get into this restaurant? Like, why is this so hard? Only to find out, like, Disney had gated the reservations and said, oh, reservations for this brand new springtime dining experience will be available on this date. And so even if you tried within that 60-day window to get a reservation, you're never going to, because they're not going to open up until some specific date. And then from there forward, you can get a reservation. So thinking about it, like, I think there's other people out there who are probably going through that same sort of problem of, I really want to eat there. Why can't I get a reservation? This doesn't make any sense. Is it closed? Is it under refurbishment? And so really what I wanted to do was, hey, maybe I can use social media to get this information out there to people so that they know, oh, if I want to eat at Storytellers, this is the reason why I haven't been able to get a reservation. So that's where it kind of spiraled down from there of like, oh, hey, I can like bring information that I have to people so that they can better be more informed. So they can get the reservations they want. They can go to the restaurants they want to go to and have that information right in front of them. Because people don't know to like go check the app, go check the website constantly throughout the day to see like, when is this reservation going to be available? When can I actually, I'm within the window. Why can't I book it? So yeah, that's where the social media stuff started going from there.
Okay. I have so many questions like how it works. You don't literally have to go in and enter every time. It just runs for you at this point, right? And if you don't want to tell your secrets of how this is done, I get it. But you can just click on there and say, oh, hey, you can go on a reservation right now. You can go on a reservation right now. But does it kind of run by itself now, like in the background, like with the time, with the wait times? And I'm assuming that's just computer programming, correct?
Yeah, everything on the site is fully automated. I don't do anything at all. It just works. And the one thing I told myself was like, this is really somewhat of a community project for myself. I mean, I want to help the community. That There are some ways that I do charge people to use different services on my site, and that's only because it costs me money.
Sure.
So if it costs me money, it's going to cost you money.
That's fine.
I can't do everything for free. So the majority of the site runs on its own, and it goes and looks for things for you, so you don't have to, which is pretty nice, and it's very low maintenance for me.
That's I'm like looking at it right now as we talk, and you don't just do Disneyland. You have Walt Disney World, Universal Hollywood, Universal Orlando, and Epic Universe, and then food list, blog, features, pricing. It's amazing. I'm not going to lie. I know who you are, know what you know. I've never looked at your website until about a week ago to doing research. Holy shit, there's so much stuff on here that I can, and now it makes sense. Like all these people that use your content to bolster their content because you have everything in one freaking place, which I think is just what an idea. It's kind of like you said like lines like mouse weight I remember mouse weight a long time ago. That was a thing. Now this is just a glorified mouse weight, and it's freaking amazing. I'm sitting here staring at it as we talk. So it's there's a lot of great services out there, and I think every service kind of has what they do really well. Like I think the first service I ever heard of was Mouse Dining, and I think they do Disney reservations. They do it dining reservations. They do it really well, and they've been doing it for a long time. There's another website I used to go to called Thrill Data. I still use them a lot. They have super in-depth attraction wait time data, lightning lane data, like just going back to when does a lightning lane sell out for a very specific ride at a specific time, or how often is a ride down versus up. Like they have very detailed information. And so every single feature I built into my site was me solving a problem that I had. Right.
I think one problem I had, or even being in the park with a friend and having them experience Disneyland and them using the Disneyland app and then finding a problem like, oh, I want to go meet this character, or, oh, when's the next showtime? Or, oh, I'm standing in this one spot in the park. Like, where's the nearest character to me at this exact time? And when's the next one coming out? Like that information is not easily attainable using tools that exist today. And so that's why as the site was being built, I kept adding things and adding things and adding things just because I wanted to be able to see things the way that I think people should be able to see them.
Sure.
Whether that's park hours and seeing it on one page for a whole month, or if you want to see a showtime or past showtimes for a particular show, because when you're planning ahead and you want to understand, like, is Fantasmic going to be there on a Tuesday? Well, Disney's never going to tell you that. You got to go figure that out for yourself.
It's so funny you mentioned that. You like pushed all these buttons. You got to type in Fantasmic and then click on the day and wow, it's okay. So
every single feature of the site is some problem that either I had or a friend had, and I said, I think I can solve that problem.
And I mean, you also tend to like scoop a lot of the information that's out there.
That's where I was going next.
I refuse to share something. If Theme Park IQ Chris does not share it, I'm not sharing it. And I know you don't want to reveal your sources, but like you don't have to. But what is your process of like getting that information? Because you're so on it. It's insane.
Yeah. I think I look in a lot of places that people don't look, and I pay attention to a lot of things that people don't pay attention to. Like I gave that great example earlier of reservations being available for storytellers on a specific date. Like people aren't going to know to go look for that information. They're going to try and make a reservation and it's not going to work, and then they're going to get upset and then they're going to stop. It's kind of the same thing for everything, right? Whether it's new food in the park that gets added to a menu, or it's some sort of update to a specific page on the Disney site or within the Disney app, or there's a new offering for Magic Keys that just got added to the Magic Key portal within the Disneyland app. People aren't constantly looking at that, and especially the Magic Key portal, because you have to scroll down, then you have to click into another page, and then finally you'll see a list of things. And I think people aren't paying a lot of attention to that. Only just randomly they'll pop it open and say, "Oh, look at that! That's new and interesting." So I think I pay a little bit more attention to things more than other people. And I even, I post a lot about permits for Disney. There's a lot of interesting things happening in the parks that people don't really pay too much attention to permits, because it is kind of a chore to go in and like pull that information and be able to easily digest it, find out what changed, and then post it. So I think I've just built up a lot of really good mechanisms to be able to do that in a very efficient way.
That's a great answer, saying I'm not telling you anything. It was so good. And we had this conversation on Tuesday.
And that he is not revealing his sources, nor would we ask him to.
Right.
So that was very well done.
We had a conversation Tuesday night. I mean, literally, he was telling me a lot of things. I'm like, Amber's talking to people, and I'm like, wait, okay, really? That's how. Okay, and it was very interesting knowing that. Like, okay, that's how you do that. Damn, so you just basically build up like this muscle memory of like what to check every day. I got to check permits. I got to check this. I got to check my places I like to check, kind of thing.
Something like that.
Perfect. We can leave it. We can leave it at that, and that is absolutely perfect.
Well done.
One thing I forget to do on this show is actually play our sponsors ads. I realized I haven't done it at all. So every time since we've done this, so we have 3 spots. We're going to mix them in throughout this. I'm going to play one right now. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break, hear about Getaway Today, come back, and then we have so many more questions for you. Chris, are you on a time limit, Chris?
Nope.
Amber's like, I'm tired.
It's been a great show so far, but who's ready for an ad break? Did you know that the best way to keep our shows going is by supporting our sponsors? So let's get to know more about the travel experts at Getaway Today. They've been helping to make vacation dreams come true since 1990. And whether you want to visit the happiest place on earth or to travel to Orlando for a most epic adventure, they are there to help. Are you trying to find out which hotel is your best option or which theme park tickets will work best for your visit? Are you concerned that you might need a last-minute change? No worries. Their travel experts will help you out. Looking to book a cruise but don't know where to start? Hey, they can help with that too. They will find the perfect cruise for your vacation, whether it's your first time or you're a well-seasoned cruiser. When you book your cruise with one of the Getaway Today experts, you will have a dedicated agent to help you every step of the way. They take care of the details so you can have the most fun. Getaway Today offers peace of mind travel, allowing you to cancel or make changes up to 72 hours before your trip. You will always have the most up-to-date vacation information, both pre-arrival and upon welcome. Getaway Today guarantees the best prices, with no hidden fees, and every time you book through Getaway Today, they will donate a portion back to a charitable organization in your area. And so far, over $4.5 million have been donated. So go ahead and dial 1-855-GETAWAY, that's 1-855-438-2929, and be sure to tell them that Walt's Apartment sent you. Or just click the link in our show notes for more information and the best deals to start your Disney, Universal Studios, or cruise vacation planning. What I'm trying to say is, if you like to travel, check out Getaway Today. All right. So now it's time to get back to enjoying that view from Walt's apartment. Let's get back to the show.
We do love Getaway Today. They're awesome. Yeah, I'm just excited to be talking to you. And Amber came up with some really good questions. I'm like reading through her questions you said
contribution today.
What's that?
It's my contribution for today.
I appreciate it. So, Chris, what recent Disney change do you think has actually improved the park, and what's your least liked change? So it's kind of a two-parter here. They're mostly two-parters, but so number 8. Number 8's like a rapid fire. We got a lot of questions for you, but
see, I wanted to prepare for this one, but I didn't have like a great answer. So which change do I like?
A mediocre answer.
Yeah.
Which change do I like and which change don't I like recently?
Yeah.
You know, I feel that the majority of people who visit the parks don't like that the parks are moving into a more digital age. Like I just saw today, somebody posted that they're using a lot more facial recognition to let people into the parks. They're testing it so that potentially you won't even need to pull out your phone. You can just walk through a scanner, it sees your face, and you get into the park. I think that a lot of people are worried about a lot of that technology, and a lot of people don't like that you have to stare at your phone all day. And
Sure.
people really miss being able to go to a fast pass kiosk and grab a physical fast pass. And that was a lot of the fun of pre-COVID, being able to rush over to the Radiator Springs Racers, grab a fast pass, and then go do something else.
Try and do it with 10 people. You have a group of 10 people and you're putting each ticket in there. That was my job, to run for the family and get the ticket every time. Like, this is a pain in the ass, but it's the thrill of the battle too. Not one person gets like the next spot because you ran out of time. You know what I mean? So I miss that for sure.
I miss the ability where it was somewhat of a hybrid system where you could buy Max Pass. I think it was $110 to add it on to your annual pass.
Yeah.
And you had that digital capability on your phone. And that felt kind of like a huge step in the right direction for me, of being able to, I don't have to run over there anymore. I can outsmart those people and just pull my phone out and hit a couple buttons. And all of a sudden I have a fast pass for, an hour from now.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. I think I've talked to a lot of people where they don't like the digitalization of the park. They want to be off their phone. They want to be experiencing the park. And I get that. I think it's not for everybody, but at the same time, I know that Disney is really going that direction. Everything, mobile order, mobile checkout, fast pass, lane, everything is digital now. I like it myself because
That's fair.
That's one change. It's kind of not really a recent change, more of a
that's perfect.
massive direction the park's
What's
going.
interesting about that is I remember when we went to that hybrid, everybody complained about the price of that hybrid. I remember there being a huge outcry about how unreachable it was for people. I actually enjoyed it because I felt like it cut down on the amount of people, similar to like the Express Pass at Universal, that not everybody utilized it. And so it actually made it somewhat of an improvement on your day versus Lightning Lane now, where so many people have it, where there are days that I've purchased Lightning Lanes and I've only been able to get one or two because they sell out or they're just inaccessible.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, is that there's a lot of tips and tricks, with all like modifying and trying to stack your multi-experience passes by booking Lightning Lanes for attractions that are likely to go down. There's a lot of tips and tricks that people can use to get the most out of their Lightning Lane. But I think with that in mind, Disney doesn't do a good enough job of educating people. And I don't know that that's necessarily a Disney, like a information problem, or if it's a workflow problem of using the app, or what it is. I've seen so many Reddit posts of people saying, I bought Lightning Lane, I got in the park at 10 o'clock in the morning, I was only able to use it twice or once, and I feel like I didn't get a good use of my money. And every single comment on that thread is, well, you didn't use it right.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Right.
is that the person, that the guest's fault? Is that Disney's fault? Like, whose fault is that?
Right.
And at the end of the day, it is Disney's fault, because there are ways that you can maximize the value of it. But if you just use it as it's intended to be used, then you're not going to get the most value out of it. So I think there's pros and cons, and I hope that Disney does a little bit better job in bringing that information to people, or making the system more friendly, especially for out-of-town guests who this is their once-a-year vacation. And if the park is busy and they're only able to use their Lightning Lane once or twice, then they're not going to have a good experience.
Side question.
And that also goes.
No, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're fine.
I was going to say that also goes back to how much do you want to be on your phone? Because to do those tips and tricks, you are literally sitting on your phone.
Living.
Same with mobile order. If you mobile order for 5 hours in advance, sure, you can move your time up significantly, but you have to be sitting there playing on your phone. And is that really what we want out of our Disney experience? So
exactly,
it's all connected.
Exactly.
Do you think it'd be smart, guys, if they like cut the price of the Lightning Lane, like made like $20 after like 4 o'clock? Because like Amber said, you're not going to get the. You don't think so? You don't think so? You don't think it'd be a good idea?
It should be more.
More for later?
No, I think Lightning Lane should be more.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
I agree with that.
you mean overall?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
I 100% agree with that. I think that if
That would
they
be the
sell
max, too.
so many at a lower price, you're going to just have so much saturation in the lines where it becomes unusable. Like we just talked about. I mean, you could book one or two. You come in at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you start using a lightning lane. Indiana Jones might be like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, park close. And so all the rides you actually want to use your lightning lane on, you can't, because they've already sold out for the day for all the people who booked them in the morning. So I think I agree with Amber. I think it should be a lot more expensive. I mean, I think there's a middle ground between where it is today and where that premium pass is. I don't know what that number is, but I think Universal's doing something right with the pricing that they have today.
I agree. And they sell out. You know, when I went for Epic and Universal, I couldn't get one for Epic, and it was desperately needed, and I couldn't get one. And it was what, like $200 for the day, and it was sold out.
Yeah,
couldn't get it
not
for
cheap.
weeks. Yeah,
That's crazy.
But it's needed.
But it's needed. Yeah.
That's I always think about the wrong way. Then when you both just said, I'm like, shit, they're right. It just clicked in my head. Why wouldn't they just charge more? Because everyone complains Disney's so expensive, but that's like one of the things that's not that expensive. Their food's not that expensive compared to Universal. I've been to both places. Like Universal's more, but they charge less to get in, but they get you with everything else. They're going to charge you $300 for a lightning lane pass, so where Disney's paying $30 or $35. You guys totally just changed my mind. I was trying to think about being like that pro guy, but you're like, no, you want to get the best for yourself, and that totally makes sense. Next,
I think real quick, I think they tried to just find that median of, we want to still keep the functionality there, we want to make it accessible to the average guest, but I think it's just become like the norm that everybody who comes in the park on a vacation gets lightning lane, that it just becomes so saturated that the use of it and the value of it just diminishes pretty quickly.
I've never.
It's not an upgrade if everybody has it, right?
Exactly.
It's not an upgrade. If everybody has it, then nobody has it.
I've never looked at it this way until now. That's absolutely wild. I'm like, oh, it's $35, whatever. That's cool. But yeah, you're like, if you charge $100, half the people aren't going to pay $100 for it. So you're going to be like, hey, if I pay the $100, I'm doing whatever the hell I want.
Well, especially families. If you're coming down with a family of 4, that's $400 a day,
right?
That you have to invest. They're gonna be in the standby line, and then with the better balance of lightning lane and standby, the wait times will be shorter because the wait times are exaggerated because we have such a saturation in lightning lanes.
Exactly.
So
completely changed my mind. I appreciate that.
Tag team.
Boom. This question here is one of my favorites. What Disney change will fans complain about now but love in 5 years? I actually love this question. I'm curious what you think, because there's so many things coming down the road that people are bitching about right now. But what do you think? Like right now, they're going to complain, but in 5 years, my God, this is the best thing ever.
I think that any construction, fans are going to complain. I think that the biggest thing that I think about is Tower of Terror. When we lost Tower of Terror, I think everybody had their pitchforks out pretty immediate. And after riding Guardians, everybody loves it. There's not a single person that I've met who does not like Guardians.
I do not like Guardians.
She does not.
Did you like Tower of Terror?
I like Tower of Terror.
Why do you not like Guardians?
I think, I like Tower of Terror because it's predictable. I don't like Guardians because it is unpredictable.
That's the best part of it.
That's the best part.
Listen.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I just switched sides.
Come back to me, Chris. No, it's unhinged. It's truly unhinged. And I often warn people when I go on it, like, I'm going to curse. Just be prepared. I'm going to yell the F word multiple times, and I get in, I sit down, I hold on, and I shut up, and then I don't shut up, and I rain profanity down. But
you have so much fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
You come off like, that was great. Oh, you're laughing and stuff, but you cussed during it.
I've never said that was great. I may be laughing.
Yeah,
to not cry,
that means you had fun. That means you like it. You can't say you don't like it then.
It's also one of those things where I need to just keep doing it, to like numb myself from it.
That's fair.
So
it depends where you come from. If you came from Carthay Circle and then you went on it, that's a whole different experience than
better or worse.
Yeah.
Better or worse experience? Tell me.
Better, way better.
Oh,
it's like
oh yeah.
It's like a lot of people don't like Pixar Pal Around. Swinging side, not the coward side.
I love it.
I'm out.
I love it.
Out. I won't even try it.
Love it.
When you go on that attraction after a drink, better experience.
Maybe that's
I don't understand the fear of the swinging Pal Around. I would do that all day, every day. I don't get it.
It's fun.
I love it.
Now you guys are teaming up on me. I'm like, I just look at it like, no fucking way.
I don't get it.
As long as you are with friends, it's fun. If you're with a bunch of random people, it can be fun. Unless they absolutely hate it, then it's just awkward.
That's
just a person vomiting in front of me, but that's a whole different story. So.
They have the bags right there.
That's what yes, they have bags. PSA, folks, there are bags.
They really?
Yep.
Yes, in Pixar Pal Around.
I had no idea they have
a
bags.
little side pocket.
Maybe I'll try.
And I know this because I witnessed it being used.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. All right, so you're good on time, right, Chris? Because we have 5 more questions, and I have ads to do.
I'm good on time.
This is amazing. We're having such a good time. This is so much fun. I want to really quick. I want to hear from Where in the Park, and then we'll come back again, and we got more stuff, more fun questions. I'm having a great time. Where's the ad? There it is. We'll be right back.
Hey fam, what are you doing?
Well, we are doing Where in the Park.
Do you guys know Where in the Park? Because we do.
We do. So how you play this is that they give you a deck of cards with an image on it, and you get to look around and see where in the park that is.
And they're fun. So if you like to find stuff, this is what you need to do.
The amazing game. We're in the park right here.
If you're a seasoned Disney park goers, as we are, it's a fun, challenge even for the hardcore Disney parks fan.
We have played the Where in the Park games that we felt like, we got
still a challenge.
Oh no, yeah, still a challenge, a fun challenge though, not an impossible challenge.
Check
they get really close to details, and you're like, I have never even seen that. I don't even know.
Where in the park have I seen that?
The great thing about these is that they're not in attractions and they're out in the open places. It's meant for families to play.
Besides people who've been there a lot, it's fun for people that are new to the parks as well, because you catch some of those details that you would probably miss when you're first going.
So there's images that you are finding on one side of the card, and then the other has the hint and the answer that you can reveal if you choose to.
Before it was just the hint and the answer, but now if you really want the land,
it'll tell you
they'll
where.
give you the land for an extra hint. You guys can take as long as you wish without the hint.
Yeah.
Without the hint, it's hard.
But that's what makes it fun.
But they do not just do Disney parks, obviously. What other parks do you guys actually cover?
Universal and not all that good stuff.
East Coast, West Coast, and they're continuing to expand even more after that.
Check them out, whereinthepark.com, if you need to get some game packs. They are so much fun.
We appreciate Where in the Park.
They're awesome.
We love that.
Amanda.
Get you some Where in the Park today.
Hell yeah.
Use promo code Walt's APT Podcast to save 10% at whereinthepark.com.
Park is awesome. So much fun.
So much fun.
I'm still looking at your site, Chris, and you do freaking notifications for rides?
Yeah.
Is that part of the free service?
There is a free, it's free.
Like, oh, you can just put this on here. And I'm sorry. I was like clicking through it as we go. You don't have an app, do you?
So it can be saved to your phone as a progressive web app.
Oh, there you go.
And then you can get push notifications as well.
I love
it's interesting because, and I'll just touch on that for a half a second. So I went to Epic Universe back when it was in previews, and what I found was that during previews, a lot of rides would go up, they go down. The wait times would be very all over the place. And so one feature I really wanted to build was kind of like I call it a multi-attraction alert, where basically I get an alert anytime anything happens in the park. So being that Epic Universe only has 11 attractions or 11 rides or whatever it is, one alert that you get can be a very significant change to your day. Yeah. So I would walk around the park. I'd be like, oh, Donkey Kong is down. And I'd say, oh no, well, I guess I'm not going to ride it right now. And then I get an alert like an hour later and it would say, Donkey Kong is now back up. I'd blitz over to Donkey Kong. Nobody else knew it was back up. And I'd be one of the first in line, get on the attraction and be done with it. Same with like Battle at the Ministry. That ride, it goes up and down sometimes throughout the day. The wait times can be very, very fluctuating. And so I had all these multi-attraction alerts set up so that I can literally have a pulse on what's happening in the park. So I can kind of plan where I'm going next based off of what alerts I was getting. And so that was super helpful. And then also I had a show alert, so I can get an alert when any show is about to start within the next 30 minutes. So I can rush over to the show and make sure I was able to see the show. So things like that, it's super helpful.
That's absolutely wild. I'm like a fan. I'm like, I sit on this and play with it tonight. And like, I mean, I go and I'm like, we're going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I haven't had to plan a trip for years because I'm not with my family. I don't go with my family anymore. Like Dad would do it. If I had this like 5 years ago, oh my God, I'd be like the stud, be like, oh, hey, we're going to go over here because it just came up. You know what I mean? But because that's all I did was I planned everything. Like I said, I ran to get the fast passes, all that stuff. It was me. And this would be like just save my life. But it's absolutely amazing. I love it. And I'm going to like dive into it later. But we have more earth-shattering questions for you as well.
Yeah, I'll finish off. I realized I didn't actually give you an answer for that other one. I kind of did, and then we took a tangent down to
please go ahead.
Mission Breakout Lane. So no, where I was going with that is just construction in general. I mean, there's Portos, there's Earls, there's Coco, there's Avatar, there's so much happening all at once. And I think people get really frustrated when there's change. Nobody likes change. People like to keep things the way they are. Everybody loves Monsters Inc. I love Monsters Inc. It's a great attraction. But at the same time, we all know, us nerds all know. I mean, it's Superstar Limo with a little bit of lipstick, right?
100%.
I liked better.
What? You're that person that likes Superstar Limo better? You're that.
I loved Superstar Limo. I thought it was so funny.
It's funny, yes.
But I digress.
If that felt more like a Universal ride than it did a Disney ride.
Okay, that's fair.
True.
But yeah, I think ultimately, I don't know that Avatar is the right addition for that area. Personally, I would love if they put Zootopia there. Yes. I think it would fit in just perfect.
Yes.
But I digress. I think that the answer I have for that question is just there's so much happening and people just need to just let it happen. I mean, you can't throw up any pitchforks. It's not going to change the vision. Disney's already invested the time and the money and planning, and we just all have to accept it.
Love it. Next question here. Are the parks becoming too focused on IPs instead of original attractions? What do you think?
Yes, 100% yes. And I think that's actually maybe a hot take, a good thing. Mm-hmm. I actually put out a April Fool's joke. I think it was last year, maybe the year before, where I said Disney announces that Matterhorn was going to be rethemed to Frozen. And I did a really, really, really good mock-up with the station, with the brand new sign where it was Oaken sliding sleighs or sleds, some bobsleds, something like that. And it looked really good. And I got the most crazy amounts of negative feedback ever. I'm like, no, this is not happening. But I mean, if you think about it, it makes sense, right? I mean,
it really does, actually.
It really does.
It's a frozen mountain and it's in Fantasyland. It kind of makes sense. So, I think that I think Disney needs to get on the IP attractions quicker. I mean, Avatar's been out forever. It's been out in Animal Kingdom forever. Sure, a new movie is coming out. That's great and all, but I think there's so many better IPs that Disney has. The Avengers attraction, I mean, that's been in development for years and years and years now. And now the Marvel hype is slowly dying. And I think Deadpool saved it a little bit.
I agree.
And then
completely
with the new movie coming out, I think there's a lot of hype again. But at the same time, there was so much hype for a period of time where people wanted more. They wanted more heroes. They wanted more shows. They wanted more attractions. It was just, the hype was huge with these movies coming out every single year, multiple movies. And so I think as long as Disney really follows where their IP is going. I mean, think about this for a second. One of their most profitable movies of all time was Inside Out 2. And what Inside Out 2 attraction do we have? We have a re-themed Bugs Land attraction that spins in a circle. That is their biggest IP attraction for that IP. I'm like, there's so much more they could do. And so for me personally, I think the original attractions are probably going to be less and less as the IP brings in the money, the merch brings in the money. They're more than likely to just follow the trend of where the IP is popular.
But faster.
Faster. It needs to be faster.
It needs to be faster.
And to go back, Inside Out 2 is great, by the way. That's such an amazing movie. Such a good movie.
I'm a huge fan of Emotional Whirlwind. I always go on it, especially at night. But I do agree. We want more.
I love what they did with World of Color, how it's all around that. I think it's great what they did with all the Inside. I only saw Inside Out, and I said this on the podcast, I think last year before 2 came out. I never even saw Inside Out. I saw it like a week before 2. And I'm like, oh my God, why have I not watched this movie? It's one of the best movies that Bing Bong doing his thing. That's just, come on now, man. Bing Bong. No. But Inside Out 2, I know we're totally going off the rails, but that scene when she's having a panic attack and like you get to see all the emotion, I'm like, this is cinema right here, and it's a freaking cartoon, and it's so good how they do that. But everyone knows that too. But yeah,
I forgot who I was talking with. Somebody told me that they thought that just like so I went to 70 Years of Favorites last week at the After Dark event, and they had this unannounced projection show on the castle every hour. It wasn't in the app. Well, it kind of was in the app. It wasn't on the printed map. You didn't know unless you knew.
But you found it. So you found it deep down in the dark webs of Disney. So you knew.
It's interesting. They had the event map digitally in the app, and they had a little star on the castle. If you click on the star, then it shows like castle moment. And so I said, oh, this is interesting. I'm going to wait and see what this is. But it wasn't in any of the entertainment, the printed guides or anything.
Wow.
So a bunch of people came when I posted it, and they showed up, and we all stood there. We're like, what's going to happen? We went to all the cast members. What's going to happen? Nobody knew. Every cast member was like, this was not in the cast guide. We have no idea what this is. If something happens, it happens. If it doesn't, well, sorry, you wasted your time. But it happened, and it was interesting. It was it was kind of like a mini tapestry of happiness. That's what's called, right? Tapestry of happiness. Yeah, it was perfectly projected on the castle. It went through all the different lands, and it showed all these different scenes and attractions. And it looked like it was very specifically made for this. And where I'm going with this tangent is that it feels like this was going to be used for some sort of either a fireworks show or something that happens throughout the 70th, the whole year, because they didn't make this for 2 nights. They made this for the 70th. And I think this was supposed to be used for a show or for a moment that's going to happen every night during the 70th, but they canceled it and they never used it.
That's interesting.
And where I'm going with the tangent is going back to World of Color happiness. I think, and someone else told me this, and it clicked in my brain at that moment. I think they built that for Pixar Fest, but they never used it for Pixar Fest.
I think so too.
And so I think they built all this stuff and around like Inside Out 2 and Pixar Fest and all that stuff. Like the show fits perfectly into the Pixar Fest story, but it seems like they never used it. And then later down the line they did. Anyway, that's my tangent.
No, I love this. This is such a great conversation. I did not expect it to go this way, and I'm loving every minute of this, honestly. When's it okay to replace the classic ride?
We're looking at you, Pinocchio.
Oh, come on now.
Okay, so
come on now.
I just talked about Matterhorn.
Pinocchio, you did nothing wrong.
I just talked about Matterhorn. That's one that I would love to see rethemed to Frozen.
I'm gonna actually stop you for a second because all I've heard for the past couple of years is people talk about the idea that they could change the Matterhorn to Frozen. Bricky talks about it all the time. Dave talks about it all the time. It'd be great to make it Frozen. It would be great to make it Frozen.
Did you start that?
Did you
Chris?
start
I don't
that?
know.
This rumor?
I don't know. I
Shake your
posted
head,
that
yes.
tweet a couple years ago, I think.
Say yes, you did, because that's a great idea.
Okay, sure.
Go ahead. Back to your question. Sorry.
And then I think this is a hot take, but I think everybody would agree with me who is not super nostalgic. I think that old attractions should be updated with newer technology. I would love if they brought in Shanghai Pirates to Pirates. Would never work, would never fit. No. It's impossible, but I would love if they did something like that.
That's tough. That's my favorite. That's my ultimate favorite attraction that you can't touch. But I understand where you're coming from. I'd be that guy. I'd be that guy. This sucks, and then 5 years later, I love Guardians.
Yeah.
I love Guardians because Guardians is one of my favorites. So going back to that idea, but man, Pirates. You went right there. You went right to Pirates. You didn't. You could have said Mansion or Big Thunder Mountain. You went literally right to my favorite attraction.
You did.
Well, if we're on that thread, I think that Haunted Mansion should be rethemed to Nightmare Before Christmas full time.
What? What? No way. What is this? 51 minutes? I'm like looking at the time.
Credibility with me right now. All credibility is now out the door. You are.
So
explain.
So Haunted Mansion Holiday is my favorite ride in the parks of all time.
I would hope so.
All time. It is my favorite ride. The music, I mean, I've never even been a huge Nightmare Before Christmas fan, but I love what they do with Haunted Mansion for Haunted Mansion Holiday. Just the music, the sets, everything just feels a lot more fun and also a little bit spooky. I like that it's both Halloween and Christmas. And I'm not going to go into the conversation of whether it's a Halloween or a Christmas ride. I think it's both. And I think it should be a permanent overlay. If you think about it, throughout the year, Haunted Mansion Holiday has longer wait times than Haunted Mansion because people love that ride a lot. But again, there is the nostalgia factor to it. Everybody loves Haunted Mansion. People think Haunted Mansion should be there during Halloween because it's the only spooky attraction in the park.
Right.
But it's my all-time favorite attraction. I go back to my roots of the first website I ever built was a Haunted Mansion Holiday fan site. And I built it in 2003 on GeoCities. It is my all-time favorite ride. It will always be my all-time favorite ride. I mean, I went to the park. I took photos. I found photos online. I made like a Haunted Mansion Holiday fan site. Wow. And that was my first website I ever created.
Breaking my heart.
Man, I actually had to look at the time when you said that because I'm like, that's going to be a clip. That's going to be a clip of him saying that. But wow, that
is my favorite attraction, and I would not be able to choose. That would be like choosing between my children.
Oh my gosh! Wow,
I could not do it.
I'm sorry. It could happen.
I'd be heartbroken.
I would be heartbroken. Chris would be okay with it. That would be wild.
I do think though that it does need some updating and changes. Like that first, I keep saying, and I'm going to keep singing this to the high heavens until Disney listens to me. That first section, when you go into the Doom buggy where it's just black, is all wasted space. And when you go to Florida, you have the library scene, you have the feet on the ceiling, you have the eyeballs, which is my favorite part. I love the eyeballs. We don't have that. It's just a blank, dead space. And I'm like, why can't we, update it a little, add a little something here?
I agree. 100%.
And I love Nightmare Before Christmas, but I don't know. I don't know, Chris.
That's a take. That's the take of the show right now. That's wild. I might put that out and ask people if they actually.
Oh, Chris.
Man, that's good stuff. I want to do this. I want to hear from Sunken City Design. We'll come back. We got 3 more questions. You okay with that? Let's do this thing. We'll be right back, like a minute and a half.
Sunken City Designs brings you art. Do you like art? I know I do. How about art based on Disney characters like Mickey Mouse and the Oyster Thief? That's actually from Alice in Wonderland. The best princess movie ever made. Also, we have some dwarfs that have their heads ripped off sometimes. Why? I don't know. It's because it's Sunken City Design. So go there, sunkencitydesign.com. Get yourself some great merchandise. You got posters and, I believe, clothes. Who knows? I got a cup from there, and it's fantastic. You like cups? Do you ever use those? I do. Go for it. Oh yeah, sweatshirts. Can't forget about those. If you're ever cold, get yourself a sweatshirt from sunkencitydesign.com. Also, Wall-E. You know, that's the best movie ever made. Second only to Alice in Wonderland. All right. If you also like Walt's apartment, they have merch for that too. Where? sunkencitydesign.com. Hopefully you've already loaded up that site and you're looking at it and you have some items in your cart. Go ahead and check out as soon as you can because the show's about to come back on. All right, everybody. We appreciate you.
And we are back. Check out Sunken City Design. They're great. So, Chris, actually, there's only two more questions. One of them was that we already went through that. But two, what's one ride that you would like to? I have to read it again here. Sorry. Sorry.
If you could reopen one closed attraction, what would it be?
I just said Haunted Mansion Holiday.
Because that's reopening.
I'm just playing.
We get it every year, and maybe forever pretty soon.
He might know him. He might actually know Amber. He might actually know this. He's like just dropping it like, subconsciously to us right now that it's actually going to happen. So if it happens, I'm like, you mother.
So lost.
Wow.
So I'm curious. When you've asked other people this question, what typical is there like a typical attraction people say?
Yeah.
What's the most?
I know
typical? I'll tell you what mine is.
It's mostly
mine is the People Mover's great. Yeah. This might be a very random out there take. I would love it if they reopened the motorboat cruise.
Yes. I like the motorboat cruise. That was cool.
And the reason I say that is because all that area back there right now, there's nothing. It's just water.
So much
space. Nothing there.
Too. So much space. That is definitely like the dead. That's like the dead space area right there with that. And like, if you were to like take out Autopia, how much space could you actually make? And what could you actually build? That would be absolutely wild. But yeah.
And feel free to take out Autopia, Disney.
Yes.
Just take it. Take it. We won't cry.
It's fun though.
I think it's a great attraction. It blows Disney World out of the water. I mean, Disney World, you go in a circle, and ours, it's actually like an adventure. It's interesting that there was a lot of press about Disney converting Autopia to electric.
Mm-hmm.
That's not
supposed to be happening like right now. Isn't 26? They said middle of
that's not happening.
It's March.
I think
26. Yeah.
I think they probably, if I had to guess, I don't know the answer. I think if they explored it and they found that with how fast these vehicles need to come in and go out, there is no electric vehicle that can recharge that quickly to keep up with the amount of guests that are going through the attraction. And I think it just didn't make sense. But the news keeps surfacing. It keeps saying it's going to happen. 2026 is supposed to be the year. I think it even said fall of 2026.
Yeah. I mean,
but there has been zero.
Like hybrid. Maybe make them like a hybrid where they regenerate from when you break. I mean, that might work. It might be able to keep the batteries, but
Yeah, I love the attraction. I think it's great. I do think it's a huge waste of space, especially the submarines. I would love it if those did not exist, but
so would we.
No, don't say we, but I mean the submarines just look cool. But
when's the last time you went on the submarine, Sean?
I don't know, 6 years ago with my grandson when he was like 5, but he was scared and smells in there and it's just weird. But okay, maybe it can go. I'm sorry, but yeah. But it looks cool at night. It looks cool. You can take great pictures with it. But what's one ride, Chris, that you would remove?
I think we just kind of covered that one.
We kind of did. Yeah.
I would love to remove those two rides, submarines and Autopia. I think there's just so much you can do with that space to either grow Fantasyland, grow Tomorrowland, or both, and give a new attraction to both of them.
Yeah.
And I think with technology the way it is nowadays, you can have much higher throughput of guests going through those attractions. than what the submarine and the Autopia are able to do today.
Perfect. Then we have a little bit of a rapid fire situation here. Just a couple questions for you. I think we kind of went through some of these, but what's your favorite park overall?
I'm going to say Disneyland. I think Epcot is a close, the original. I think I have not been to the Asia parks yet, but I have been to Walt Disney World. I think Animal Kingdom and Epcot are a close second and third. I love the atmosphere of Animal Kingdom, but there isn't a lot to do there.
Yeah. We already did enter this. Your favorite attraction, obviously, is Haunted Mansion Holiday.
Haunted Mansion Holiday.
Yeah. Although
only. Space Mountain is a close second, as long as it's the original Space Mountain. No overlay.
I don't usually wait. Last time I was there, I waited like 55 minutes to ride Space Mountain. I never wait to go on. 30 minutes is like my top, so I'm like, what the hell? Then it kept breaking down. We're like, okay, we're gonna keep going. So we waited, and it was great. I haven't read that for a long time either. So it's nice to do a couple of things that haven't been done for a while. But Space Mountain's great. Amber, what about you? I don't know if we know that. What's your ultimate favorite Haunted Mansion regular, right? What's that? Yeah. Okay.
Haunted. Well, at Disneyland, but my favorite all-time attraction is Phantom Manor.
Okay. That's fair. Chris, what is your favorite Disney snack? She has sweet and savory written in here. So what's your favorite sweet snack, your favorite savory snack? So
I would say my favorite snack as of lately, my favorite savory snack is, and unfortunately they removed it. So my wife and I, we love at Bango Barbecue, they have the bacon wrapped asparagus. Used to have. They took it out this year, and it had been there forever. They took it out in January and replaced it with asparagus and pork belly skewer. But the bacon wrapped asparagus, it was just such a nice snack to just eat really quick. So that was our previous favorite savory snack. It's evolved to the bratwurst cheesy pretzel bread from Edelweiss.
That's so good.
Love really that. Yeah. That's a great, I mean, you can make a meal out of that.
You can share it with someone and be full. It's so big.
Exactly. Yeah. My wife and I shared one just the other night. My sweet favorite snack, I hate to say it's a churro, but it's probably going to be a churro.
Yeah.
But the original or a flavor?
No, 100% the original. The only good, there's been two. There's only two good churros I've had, and it's the Fluffernutter churro at DCA and the carrot cake churro. Those were my two favorites.
Oh, did you like the Dubai one? What was that? The Terran something or another? It tasted like
I didn't try that one.
That one was really good too.
I'd say like the Dole Whip is a close second, but hot take. I am not a huge fan of pineapple Dole Whip. My wife loves it, gets it every time with the pineapple juice. I like the flavors. I like the strawberry. I like the mango. I like the flavors a lot, or a swirl. I love a good swirl.
Okay. Are you a rope dropper, or are you like to close?
I am not a morning person. You will. I have never in my life gotten to the parks earlier than rope drop. I think maybe once I got there just past 8, and that's that. But I'm a night person through and through.
That covers a lot of your sins, Chris.
Yeah.
I am not a morning person.
So this isn't even on the thing, but your focus is reporting, like Amber said, like scoops and stuff like that. Do you make it like a priority? Like, I gotta be at the opening of this. Is that a priority for you? Is that something, or do you just like, everyone else is going to do it too, why do I need to do it? So do you actually like, I got to be there when they drop this new thing, or when the 70th is happening, I got to be there on July 17th, that kind of thing?
So I'm very selective with that. I think that, I mean, I work a full-time job, so I know that there are other people who can get to the parks, be there at rope drop, see all the new stuff, ride the new rides, eat the new food.
Right.
And that's not, people don't follow me or what I post because of what I do in the park.
Right.
I post a lot of things that are going to be happening in the park or that are happening, but I'm not really the hold up the food and do a quick review and talk about it. I mean, that's I think other people do that really well.
Absolutely.
And I share those people's videos when I can. If I see like a really good one, I'll share it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not me, unless it's like, something like if you get in the park early and you get like a commemorative button or a map or something, like I might go to that if I'm available to. But yeah, I'm more of a report from the outside, talk about things that are going to be happening type person. But I will go in the park. I will post something that I think is interesting. Like I posted a couple food and wine pictures and my thoughts. But yeah, mostly I'm not like the first person in the door type person.
Oh, gotcha. It's funny, like you talked about that. I asked, we had some friends that were down there. We're in the park. They're part of our podcast as well. And I said, hey, can I get a couple pictures, of food and wine? I'm not going to be there for it. Literally, they sent me like 500 pictures because that's just what they do. I'm like, there's a picture. I don't need pictures of that I can make so much stuff just for food and wine, but that's just who they are. And they're amazing for doing that. I'm like, I just want to get the vibe. And I got the vibe. So, I mean, everything, it's really cool. But do you have anything coming up that you want to like pitch or promote or talk about, or anything special happening and coming up for you?
Nothing crazy or special. I think I'm trying to be as close to the information as I can. So, I mean, if people want information, I'm happy to share it with you. But yeah, nothing really crazy to promote. I don't do YouTube. I don't do TikTok. Yeah, I'm just, if you want cool information, check out the site. Absolutely. Or follow me on Instagram. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And what is your site again? Tell everybody.
Tell everyone right now.
It is themeparkiq.com.
How dare you not know that if you're watching this? I'm still going to go back to that.
Listen, they may not recognize him. He doesn't show his face.
He doesn't.
So they may be like, who is this guy?
Yeah, I was so excited when when we started doing this. I said, I want to get this person, theme park. Oh, I know them. Now, you know Theme Park IQ? Wait a minute. And it's like, this dude knows everything. And then like I said at the beginning, and I go back to it again, just everyone.
You're too kind, Sean.
It's the truth, though. It's completely the truth.
But huge fan. You have no idea.
You don't understand. I mean, you watch Fresh Baked. You watch Mondo and Danny. I already said all this in the beginning, but Theme Park IQ says, Amber said it. I'm not going to believe it till Chris posts it. And I'm kind of at that same spot now. I'm like, okay, cool. I want to be posting more stuff, but I'm like, okay, well, his is way better than mine, so I'm just going to share his. You know what I mean? So there's no point in me trying to create it, because we're trying to build our stuff up as well too. But it's like, no, you're just man. You know that. I told you that when I met you. It's like, but no, what you do is amazing. And now looking more into what you do is even more amazing. I mean, the website, I'm going to do whatever it says on here it says what, become a activate your account. I might be doing that because that's cool. I think I already sent myself an email, but I it's very, very cool. But I can't thank you enough for taking the time. I know this isn't something you usually do, so I'm very happy that you took the time to do this with us. Amber, do you have anything else you want to say to Chris?
Just glad to see you again.
Yeah.
And I'll see you soon.
It was very, very cool, Chris. I can't check out themeparkiq.com. Hang out for a second when we're done, Chris. I want to ask you a question. But yeah, it's absolutely, this was amazing. I'm kind of starstruck right now because
fangirling. He's so into
I'm
right
told
now.
that's I was trying to think of the word the whole time till you just said that. Yes, I'm fangirling.
Really cute.
It's just cool. It's cool that you see these people that you watch all the time and do this. I'm like, shit, he's right there in front of me. When I interviewed Fresh Baked, I'm like, holy shit, that's Dave's office. I was like literally talking to him, and it's like it's just the coolest thing. So
Dave.
That's me going on and on. I appreciate it. Check out Theme Park IQ. Check out the Wine Country Mom. Check out Walt's Apartment Productions. And until next time, we hope you enjoyed the view from Walt's Apartment. We'll see you soon.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here age relives fond memories of the past. and here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.